Welcome to Lesson 24B, using the AJAX helpers in MVC. When a typical ASP.NET page needs to be refreshed from the server, it triggers a complete page refresh. The result is a slight delay and a flicker of the page. Wouldn't it be great if your page had the ability to submit only the section that needed to be updated, and it subsequently only needed to refresh that section? The AJAX helpers in ASP.NET MVC framework give your web pages the ability to perform partial page updates. AJAX stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It enables your client-side web pages to exchange information with the server by using asynchronous calls. To do this, it uses both JavaScript and XML and can require a great deal of code. Because of the complexity involved in programming, a number of popular AJAX libraries have been developed. In fact, Microsoft includes an AJAX library as part of the ASP.NET 4 framework. Before you can use the AJAX helpers, you must include the following libraries in your page: Microsoft Ajax.js and Microsoft MVC Ajax.js. This is a list of the AJAX helpers included in the ASP.NET MVC framework. The action link helper creates a link to the specified action method. The action method is invoked asynchronously using JavaScript when the link is clicked. The begin form helper is used to designate the beginning of a form that will be submitted asynchronously using JavaScript. Begin route form. This helper is also used to designate the beginning of a form that will be submitted asynchronously using JavaScript. The difference between begin form and begin route form is that begin route form includes the route as one of its parameters. Globalization script. This helper is used to define the culture information. And then finally, the route link helper creates a link using the specified route. The route is made asynchronously using JavaScript when the link is clicked. All of the AJAX helpers use the AJAX options class. The AJAX options class has the following properties: confirm, HTTP method, insertion mode, loading element ID, on begin, on complete, on failure, on success, update target ID, and URL. In this lesson, you use the ajax.beginForm helper and a partial view to asynchronously submit a form using JavaScript. The lesson requirement for this lesson is the pleasewait.gif file, and the hint for this lesson is to add the references to the JavaScript libraries by dragging them directly from the scripts folder onto the form. To start this lesson, select New Project, ASP.NET MVC2 Web Application, and enter Lesson 24B for the name of the application. Finally, click the OK button. Right-click the Content folder to add a new folder named Images. And then add the pleasewait.gif file to the images folder. Add a class to the models folder called time.cs. And set it to have one property, which is the current time. And create a class called timestamps, which is just a list of time. Select Build to build the application. Now right-click the Views folder, add a new folder called Time. Right-click the Time folder to add a new view. Name the view Index. Check the Create a Strongly Typed checkbox, and select the models.timestamps for the data class, and then click the Add button. Delete the existing markup from the main content and drag the Microsoft ajax.debug.js file from the scripts folder, and also drag the Microsoft MVC ajax.debug.js file from the scripts folder. Add an Ajax begin form to the index.aspx, and the Ajax options are going to take an update target ID, which is the timestamps, and the loading element ID, which is please wait. So add the timestamps. So this div is going to render a partial view called timestamps, and then the please wait is just going to use our image. Right click time folder again, and this time we're going to have to add that partial view. We're going to call it timestamps, click the create a partial view checkbox, make sure time size is selected, and go ahead and click add. In here, add a header, and then for each item in the model, go ahead and we're going to display the current time. Right click the controllers folder, click add controller, name it time, and click the add button. At the top of the page, create a timestamps object, and then update the index action item. We're going to just store all of our timestamps in our session. And the index is going to return all of the timestamps. We also need to add a create action item. Now notice this returns a partial view result. First thing we do is just going to put it to sleep for a few seconds so that it'll run. Set the timestamps and return the partial view. Open the site master and add a tab for a time index. Time, so it calls the index action method of the time controller. Click the F5 button to run the application. Click the time tab, and now click the add timestamp button, and there's your time. Click it again, and everything's working beautifully without having to refresh the entire page.